It is the 11 Warriors Report is on Spectrum Sports. Check your local listings for availability. We spent a lot of time on this week's show talking about the Ohio State basketball program, which is just in great condition at the moment. So we'll dive in on that.
Clipping right along.
It's smoking. If we are at the end of the Thad run, if we're approaching the end of it, and we think probably most of us believe that we probably are. Who's your favorite player of the Thad Matta era?
Mike Conley.
Mike Conley?
I think so.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
He was just.
Now, you were a kid. That's how young you are, Tim. You were a kid when he was.
I mean, I was in high school.
Okay.
He was a year older than I was.
Okay.
So I think. So I was in high school, but
Yeah.
it was right around the time where, you're a high school, basketball player or fan. You watch Mike Conley, and I thought that he was just his NCAA tournament run was pretty cool, captivating, and now he's still,
He's pretty good, still pretty good.
He's still a pretty good player in the NBA. So
How about those shorts they wore? Remember how big and blousy those things were?
I wasn't a big fan of those.
LeBron, right?
Those
giant
uniforms weren't
skirts
great.
on them. They almost look like skirts past the knees, just blousy.
Yeah.
System Address. That's what it was called. Remember Nike had System Address. It was really tight tanks and then big blousy.
My favorite player to cover though was D'Angelo, for sure.
He was a good kid.
Yeah.
Mine's Deshaun.
You know how I feel.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was in
like my
college.
son.
I was in college. He and I are the same age.
Yeah.
So I saw him a few times on campus, and he was just hysterical. And I loved his game.
Do you think to this
shoot it no matter where he
always
was,
enraged.
no matter what time of the game it
get enough
was,
shots.
no matter what the score was, it was going up, baby. I love that.
Do you remember? Do you
goal
remember
was-
in those press things when I would just ask him complete nonsense? I didn't know if he was. I never knew if he was completely in on the joke or just so oblivious to everything that wasn't going on in DeJohn's world. I didn't know, but I adored talking to him. Adored it. My favorite player to watch was Diebler because when he started shooting, there just was nothing. I remember the game at Penn State, I think, when he just didn't miss. It felt like he played a whole game and didn't miss, and he shot it from everywhere.
One of my favorite players to watch in that regard was Odin because he was so. I mean, I've never seen anything
dominant.
like him before or since. It's
And you hear people say that Portland, that was a bust. I mean, you can't control injury.
no.
Right.
I mean, it's amazing. It'd be interesting to see what he's one of the great what could have beens.
Yeah.
Because without that,
of all time.
The
what
biggest
would
bust in
Ray
NBA
Allen
history
been?
for sure.
Yeah. But it's hard because without the injury, if he could have stayed healthy? What would his career have looked like? I remember people with a straight face comparing him to Bill Russell. Like that's who they thought that was the doppelganger for Greg Oden. So look, it's been a hell of a run, and you're optimistic. You hope there's some way that it can get turned around, but it's not looking like it. Especially if you look at the events of the last month or so, and really the last couple of years. So that will be the majority of the talking point. We'll also take some shots at Jim Delaney, which I love. So we'll do that this week on the 11 Warriors Report on Spectrum Sports.